Just making a quick video going through this configurator for the new 2024 Crosstrek. So I thought I'd just kind of talk about the differences between the different trims, and then we'll kind of go through all the different colors that are available. We'll go through the interior, and then finally we'll finish off with all the different options, or some of the main options, the things you're going to want to know about for each of the trims. So the first thing that just know is that the base and the premium here get the 2 liter. And then the Sport and the Limited get the 2.5 liter. Now, all of these come with the CVT, right? So, it's all CVT and it's all wheel drive. And actually kind of an interesting note too is that these models here with the 2 liter are actually going to be built in Japan. And then the 2.5 models will be built in Indiana. And the gas mileage isn't that different between the two. So the 2 liter models, it's actually about 31 miles per gallon on average, and then the 2.5s, it's actually just it's 30 miles per gallon. It's just one less, and you do get about 30 more horsepower. Now I'm just going to touch on all the different little details as far as on the exterior design between all the trims. I'm just going to go through this real quick. So starting off with the base model, the first thing to know is that there's actually only 2 wheels available on this new Crosstrek. The base and the premium share the same wheel. The base, it's all dark gray, and then the premium, it's machined in certain areas to give it like a two-tone contrast. And then it's the same story with the Sport and the Limited. We'll get to that. But, for the base, just kind of the main highlights, there's no fog lights, but this is an accessory, so you can still get those. We don't get painted mirrors, and there's no roof rail, right? There's no raised roof rail, but you can use, there's still like little mounting points there, so you can still use crossbars. And the base model does still get the the window tint in the back, so that's actually that's pretty nice to see. All right, jumping over to the premium trim, you can see it's the same wheels, they're just machined, so there's a lot of silver on them. We do get fog lights standard, and the mirrors, it's kind of like this dark gray, and there are turn signals on there as well. And then obviously the raised roof rails. All right, next up is the Sport model. So this might be the model you want to take a look at it. If you kind of really like the wilderness, but you're maybe not ready to go hardcore and go all in on that thing. You might want to take a look at the Sport model because we get a lot of the same kind of treatment as far as the exterior design and graphics. We do get nice, basically nice yellow accents on the cladding, and that wraps all the way around the sides, and we'll get to the back. There's some more on the back as well. And then these are the larger 18-inch wheels. So again, with the Sport model, it's kind of the same story. It's a larger 18-inch wheel, but it's all gray. And then, yeah, of course, we got the yellow on the back bumper as well. And then this is kind of the big difference here is there's actually this black trim piece that goes between the taillights. And then finally, we got the Limited trim, which does get those same 18-inch wheels as the Sport model, but they are machined. All right, I'm just going to go through the colors real quick here. Now, if you're new to the channel, the little indicators I've got, basically we'll just show you, which colors are available for which trims as they light up. And normally, I'll kind of talk about, which colors are standard, which colors are like an extra cost option. But the one nice thing with Subaru is there are no extra cost colors. So I just, give them credit for that. Every color is standard. And we do get, this is a nice wide array. In fact, there's another color here too we'll get to. So a ton of colors to choose from. So yeah, good stuff from Subaru. All right, so starting off with black, we got Crystal Black. And then we got Horizon Blue Pearl. And, if you're debating, which you kind of want to go blue, but which blue do you go for? Take a look at these comparison photos, these real photos of Offshore Blue and Horizon Blue. Basically you can see that Offshore Blue is actually a lighter kind of muted, almost like leaning towards a little bit of a grayish blue. And then, Horizon Blue Pearl is actually just like kind of just a medium blue, a nice medium blue. And then we got, of course, silver. Magnetite, which is just the kind of the gray, and we already did that one. And then pure red. There is another red available on the Limited. We'll get to that. And then crystal white pearl, which is it's a nice that's a nice pearl white. Not too yellow, but it's got a nice pearl to it. And Sunblaze Pearl. This color here, actually, you can see again. I'll provide this real photo because as you can see, it's kind of like it's not like an in-your-face orange. It's a little bit subdued, but it does look orange, unlike this in this configurator. And then we got Sapphire Blue Pearl, which does have a touch of purple to it, and it's obviously darker than Horizon Blue Pearl there. And then we got Alpine green, this new green color, kind of like an army green. Just the sport and the limited models on this one. And then lastly, lithium red pearl. Now I don't have any actual photos of this on a new Crosstrek, but taking a look at it on the Impreza, basically in bright sunlight, it's going to look real similar to the pure red, but the difference is, being a pearl and just kind of having more depth to it, it's going to have a little bit more shine. It's gonna appear a little bit darker in kind of the shade and the shadows as well. And then just overall, like kind of on a hazy day or cloudy day, it's gonna appear a little bit darker as well. All right, now jumping over to the interiors, talking about the base model here first. They call this gray, but it's actually kind of a medium darker gray. It is a two-tone contrast, but both shades of gray are kind of like in the medium range. It's darker than the gray on the premium cloth. We'll get to that. But and then also, you notice that we'll talk about the infotainment there, but they do get the kind of the older style, the two screens. And then one thing to note too on the base and the premium is there's no leather wrapped wheel. So you got to step up to at least the sport model to get that leather wrapped wheel. All right, jumping over to the premium. So this is basically, they're calling this premium cloth, and it's available in either black or gray. Now the black, the thing is, in this kind of on here online, it looks like it's all like completely black, but actually the kind of the inner sections, the center sections of this, the part that's actually gray on the gray interior, we'll get to that, is actually not quite black. It's almost like a dark gray, and then the gray interior, it's like a light gray, as you see here in these photos. So the black is available with all the colors, and then the gray is actually only available with the select colors. So you see I got that right there on the screen. And then of course, starting with the premium model, that gets the new bigger 11.6-inch screen. And new for 2024 too, we do get wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and it takes up the full screen, so real nice. Now the wireless charger, you can get that as an accessory on the premium. But it does come standard on the Sport and Limiteds. And the Sport model, just like the outside, it gets a lot of yellow accents, including on the gauge cluster there. That's nice. And the seats actually kind of have a nice kind of cool, unique look, right? With the center part, kind of that patterned 3D pattern on there. And then, of course, the yellow bolsters on the side. And then the Limited gets leather seats. And actually, there's, instead of yellow, they actually got orange kind of accents and stitching throughout, including on the steering wheel, which is nice. Now the seats kind of have this kind of like almost like a tire tread pattern on it. And then, basically it's black or gray that's available. And again, the gray is not available in all the colors. So I actually have to jump over here, change this color up. And then basically what you'll see is that it's just like the premium cloth. It's just in the center inserts that turns gray. All right, so just going to go through some of the notable options here real quick, starting out with the multimedia screen. So obviously that base model still had those those dual 7-inch screens. It's only got 4 speakers. And then if you go for premium or above, you get this 11.6-inch screen. This has the new wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and you get 6 speakers. Now, if you want, a better audio system, you got to go for the Limited, and then you got to option in the Harman Kardon sound system. So that's actually 10 speakers now, which is actually a bit of an upgrade this year as well. And then you can also option in nav, if you want kind of the built-in nav, if you don't want to just, use the phone or whatever. That's also an option on the Limited. All right, so next up is the Moonroof. This isn't available at all on the base model. And then it's actually an option on all of the other trims. So Premium, Sport, Limited. You actually have to option this in. It's not included on any of those trims, even the Limited. Heated front seats, and this is the mirrors and the wipers as well. The all-weather package is what Subaru calls it. This is standard on the Sport and Limited, but on the Premium, you can get it. It is an option, and then it's not available at all on the base. Now for X mode, all trims come with X mode, but this kind of dual X mode that also has the deep snow and mud, which just allows a little bit more wheel slip. Basically you have to get the Sport or the Limited to get that mode, to get that extra mode. And there's actually a couple of like really nice looking spoilers on this thing. Subaru, kind of teamed up with maybe STI. I don't know, maybe this kind of looks like some of these are STI accessories. But yeah, this is the roof spoiler you're going to want to get. It's kind of got this like rabbit ear style, where it's basically higher at the sides, and then, it dips down in the center. And this is just a good idea too for the models that have the raised roof rails, because you're going to have the turbulent airflow coming off the roof rails there. So having it raised up there will help with that. Now, if you don't have the roof rails, if you got the base model, check this out. This one actually is branded as an STI spoiler. And look at this. This is just a really clean look. You know, again, there's no roof rails here. So just a really nice clean, and it's almost like a little ducktail on the back there. So yeah, it's just a quick overview of this configurator for the new Crosstrek. You know, definitely something a lot of people are talking about. A lot of people kind of like this little bit more, you know, the styling's been a little bit more influenced by some of the wilderness models. It just, you know, we just get more style with the fender flares. And I think they just really knocked this thing out of the park. And obviously the size and the fuel economy is just kind of the perfect blend, right? You can still do some light off-roading, still get good gas mileage, and, you know, basically still have room for everything you need. So yeah, that's the new 2024 Crosstrek. Hopefully, you just kind of found this whole overview of all the colors and options and the differences between the trims helpful. And yeah, thanks for watching.